I came into this kind of blindly. I didn't know exactly fully what I wanted to say, but it's just been something in me calling at me to continue to spread love and spread light and put myself out there. For anyone who truly knows me, it's very contradicting because I'm an artist, so I have to be famous, but I actually do not care to be famous at all. I don't care to be seen at all. I know that I'm going to perform in front of thousands of people. My music, you know, speaks for itself. My music has a message. My music is it's just who I am. Um so to be called to do these videos, is not something that I really ever saw myself doing. But there's a reason and there's a message and there's just power in spreading your light. Right now on my journey, it's exciting because I've been tuning way more into myself, but also way more into God. And I said in my first video, when you do those two things, just those two things, you will start to feel different. So I had to stop the video because I was getting distracted. I watched the video just now to collect my thoughts, see where I was going because I'm really just this is all just coming out. I also wanted to touch on I'm in no way perfect and definitely made mistakes. I've definitely done things that I've definitely just been in different phases of my life where I look back and I'm just like, "Ooh, who are you?" And so with me saying that, that ties into saying that tuning into you and tuning into God, those two things are so powerful. And you realize when you do those two things, you start to realize who you truly are and you start to recognize and you see that choices you made in the past or, situations you were put in were because you weren't tuning into God and you weren't tuning into yourself. So with me saying all of this, I've seen some videos about it, but I want to put my input on about it. The world we live in is very worldly. Now, y'all might be like, what do you mean? A lot of things of this world and a lot of things on social media, are sexual, but not even just highlighting the sexual things, just in general. So much of the stuff that is around us is all very worldly and can all kind of come from the ego. A lot of people out here are operating in their ego, which is all a part of us. Our ego is definitely something in us, but it's not a fulfilling way to live. And I definitely touched on this in my first YouTube video I made because I was reading from a book and it talked about the difference in living in your ego and living in the spirit. And the ego, as I had mentioned, is fear based. It wants to control, it wants the approval of others. And like I said, so many of us are living out here like that. And me myself, like me included, I was living that way. And that's not to say that I still don't have my moments. And I also want to highlight that if you're young, like if you're all the way from high school to like 22, 23, even 24. Well, I'm 24, but those ages, please give yourself grace and please understand that you don't need to have it all figured out right now. And also that you are evolving and changing, and who you are right now does not mean that that just defines who you're going to be for the rest of your life. It took a lot of stages and wisdom and me tuning into God to get me to a place of really letting go from the worldly things that this world is all about. Um, and I'm still fresh in the stages of it. Part of that has to do with me becoming completely sober and just having a clear mind. But even if you smoke a little weed, or this isn't me telling you to be sober. It's more of just there is so much outside noise coming from all different directions, family, friends, social media. Outside noise meaning, are you letting that be your main source for how you're learning and what you're tuning into and what you're intaking? Because you should definitely spend time with family. You should definitely spend time with friends and social media, whatever. You can spend time on that too. But be mindful, you know? Even someone just speaking negatively about a situation can affect you. It's it's a learning process, and it's interesting to navigate, and it's a process that you have to learn to fall in love with. Otherwise, you will almost kind of like beat yourself up for not being perfect, and we're not perfect, only God is. So, I also spoke in one of my YouTube videos about how when you shift your perspective to be positive and to be loving, it's a beautiful thing because as humans, we all judge people, right? We all um, can look at someone and immediately judge what we're seeing. And I've just shifted my perspective every time I catch myself maybe being negative or, just being judgmental. To not do that, or even if I am doing that, to send love their way, to send them a prayer. You know, when you change and grow, you will outgrow a lot of things and people, and you may, for some time, however long that is, be only able to tune into yourself. Oh, anyways, you may for some time only be able to tune into yourself and to God, because let's be real, when you working on yourself and you give up the excuses and you go all in, and you're tuning into God, not everyone is ready to take that take that step with you. And with that, if you are alone in your journey, don't don't ever feel like you are alone, first of all, because you do have God and He will always listen. um but that kind of goes back to living in the spirit, and trusting the unknown, trusting that the vibration that you're working towards, the growth that you're taking, the steps you're taking, is leading you to people who are on the same type of journey. Sadly, right now, my words and my messages a lot of the times won't fully be able to be comprehended, um, just because of just levels of growth. I'm saying that because even me personally, looking back, when I would watch certain things or hear certain things, I couldn't even comprehend and fully grasp what they were saying because of where I was at on my journey. But I feel like I'm touching on all my other YouTube videos, but we learn and we relearn things. So eventually it'll soak through. But it will. It'll soak through eventually. So I just push out my message and my positivity because the ones who will get it. The ones who kind of get it will kind of get it. And the ones who don't get it will judge it. And that's fine. You know, I still send love your way. Um, I don't even know what all I'm going to keep of this, guys. This is not my avenue. I don't do this. Y'all want to know something? Y'all are being held up by a pickle jar. So I got these cards. They're grace for each day. And I think it's just Bible verses. So I don't know. Should I like actually shuffle them? Hold on. I can't really shuffle, so like don't judge this. I did that so good. Oh my gosh. I shocked myself. Okay. Like I learned how to shuffle, but it never is that good. Anyways, let's see what we got. It says, "You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand." Psalm 16:11. Ooh, I like that one. I feel like this is the message that I'm going to speak on today. You make known to me the path of life. So, I remember when I was talking about how when I wasn't really tuned into God fully and myself was when I was lost, or when I was doing things that I look back now and I'm like, who were you? It's because I had some sort of sense of direction. You know, I've always kind of had God in my life, but at the same time, I was not tuned into Him at all. So, you make known to me the path of life. This goes with living in the Spirit, trusting the unknown, trusting God. He will make known the path. You will fill me with joy in your presence. So, anyone who knows God, anyone who knows Jesus, that is true peace. I can speak from my personal experience that staying connected to God, to the divine, I personally believe that Jesus is the way, the truth, the life, and He will give you new life. Um, anyways, ah, okay. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. Remember when I said this world is worldly? I feel like a lot of people don't want to learn about the Bible. I don't know, man. You start to realize when you actually take your own path and your own understanding. That's the other thing. We have power in our own mind. Okay? Like, yes, learn from other people, and yes, hear from other people, and other people can definitely mentor you and steer you in the right direction, but tuning into yourself and tuning into God, you will learn on your own. My favorite book, probably for now, is Proverbs because it's the book of wisdom. And wisdom is what truly makes you wealthy in life. So, with that being said, you realize that, yeah, worldly things can be fun and enjoyable and, make you feel good, I guess. But you're always going to keep going back to them because you're never fully fulfilled in your life, whether it's drugs, sex, money, whatever. It's a cycle. Okay, me, I want to feel this good again. I want to feel good again. I want to feel good again. When you have God in your life, you feel good every day, no matter what. Not to say that You don't have days where you may be affected by things, but that's why I love to hear about people who have been through traumatic stuff, man. Obviously, I've been through some shit, but sorry, I'm talking about some deep stuff. And, it's powerful to hear them speak about it because they literally talk about how they have a feeling of peace inside that nothing else, none of this worldly stuff can give them. And that is so powerful and so beautiful. Um, it's inspiring and it's just beautiful, man. But yeah, this world, this world is very worldly. Social media is very sexualized. Um, Even me, for those of you who don't know, I'm a thicker white woman. So I've been objectified for years. Yeah, for years. And just, that can really make you not even just feel like all you're really worth is your body, but like it just, so many people are, controlled by the way they look and only feel worthy by if they feel like they look good, but it's like you were beautifully made no matter how you feel like you look. And what truly matters, and we hear it all the time, but what truly matters is what's inside. And it's a blessing to fully accept God in your life and then get to a point finally where you fully accept you. You can't, I mean, you can change how you look. You can go get your body done, I guess. But I feel like that just kind of ties into the drugs and sex and money. It's all these outside things looking to fill a void and a hole that only God can fill. I understand that I'm forever going to be perceived by others the way that they perceive me, and that has a lot to do with their inner world. I just send love to any and everyone. And, I do my best now to not let any outside thing affect how I feel about myself, especially when I'm doing the work and tuning into the good. Because you're going to hear a lot of judgmental things, see a lot of judgmental things. People are sadly always going to be negative. Um, at this point, I just pray for y'all. We have the power to, control what we think. We can look at something negatively or we can look at something positively, and it'll completely change how we feel. All right. I don't know. I may not even post this. This is this is a lot more personal than I would think I would want to be, but I also deeply care to spread the love and light in words that maybe someone needs to hear because the words matter to me when I hear them from other people and they affect me in a positive way. So I just think it's beautiful. Um, like I said, my music is a beautiful message. Most of it, obviously some of my songs are going to be more personal. I mean, all of my songs are personal. Just striving for that because a lot of our music right now, and it's sad because like I like to get lit, and I enjoy the beats and I enjoy certain rap songs, but at the same time, what are we talking about? What are we really saying? I do want to pray for y'all because I had a video the other day where they prayed at the end, and it was just really beautiful, and it's just nice to be prayed for, I feel like. So bear with me because I most of my prayers are only me and God. So this is out of the normal for me. Dear God, I just want to ask that whoever watches this video, whoever this video reaches, that they can understand that they have meaning, they have purpose, they are beautifully and wonderfully created, um, that it's okay to mess up, it's okay to still be learning, it's a process. I want them to know that they are loved, that they are appreciated, that what they're trying to do in life matters. I ask that you can send a lot of love their way. And make them feel the love in whatever way, whether it's a compliment from a stranger or, you know, just whatever way you want it to be. There's so many ways to feel love. Anyways, thank you, God. Amen.